Hi everybody, it's Nonna and I'm back with Story Time with Nonna again. I'm really happy to be back getting in the groove here and getting more stories to you after a little absence. But once again, you can see that I'm in my creative space. So I have some little tools that I help when I don't have a live model, and this little guy is quite helpful at times. If I wanted to draw someone running, then I could pose him and get him really going. Now he's really going there. He looks like he's running, doesn't he? And he helps me out because then I can kind of look and see where the shadows are and see what shadow he cast even. So these are some of my little tools that I use when I'm doing my drawing or when I'm just thinking about what I'm going to write. I have a mathematical book today. It's a fairy tale, but it has a mathematical truth in it that I think you'll find a little surprising. And it's called One Grain of Rice. And the author's name is Demi. No last name, but Demi wrote and illustrated this book, and I think it's really beautiful. It's based on a story from India, and it has some very gorgeous drawings that I really enjoy, and I hope you'll like it too. Let's get started. One Grain of Rice by Demi. Look at that gold paint. I really like that. Long ago in India, there lived a Raja who believed that he was wise and fair as a Raja should be. The word Raja is an Indian word and it means basically a king. So this was a story about a king in India. The people in his province were farmers. The Raja decreed that everyone must give nearly all of their rice to him. I will store the rice safely, he said, so that in time of famine, everyone will have rice to eat and no one will go hungry. Each year, the Raja's rice collectors gathered nearly all of the people's rice and carried it away to the royal storehouse. For many years, the rice grew well. The people gave nearly all of their rice to the Raja, and the storehouses were almost always full. But the people were left with only enough rice to get by. Then one year, the rice grew badly, and there was a famine and hunger. The people had no rice to give to the Raja, and they had no rice to eat. Ooh. The Raja's ministers implored him, "Your Highness, let us open the royal storehouses and give the rice to the people as you promised." "No," cried the Raja. "How do I know how long the famine may last? I must have rice for myself. Promise or no promise, a Raja must not go hungry." Time went on, and the people grew more and more hungry, but the Raja would not give out the rice. One day, the Raja ordered a feast for himself and his court, as it seemed to him a Raja should now and then, even when there is a famine. A servant led an elephant from a royal storehouse to the palace, carrying 2 full baskets of rice. A village girl named Rani saw a trickle of rice that was falling from one of the baskets. Quickly, she jumped up and walked along beside the elephant, catching the falling rice in her skirt. She was clever and began to make a plan. palace, a guard cried, "Halt, thief! Where are you going with that rice?" "I am not a thief," Ronnie replied. "The rice fell from one of the baskets, and I'm returning it now to the Raja." When the Raja heard about Ronnie's good deed, he asked his ministers to bring her before him. "I wish to reward you for returning what belongs to me," the Raja said to Ronnie. "Ask me for anything, and you shall have it." "Your Highness," said Ronnie, "I do not deserve any reward at all, but if you wish, you may give me 1 grain of rice." "Only 1 grain of rice?" exclaimed the Raja. "Surely you will allow me to reward you more plentifully, as a Raja should." "Very well," said Ronnie, "if it pleases your Highness, you may reward me in this way. Today, you will give me a single grain of rice. Then each day, for 30 days, you will give me double the rice you gave me the day before. Thus, tomorrow you will give me 2 grains of rice. The next day, 4 grains of rice, and so on for 30 days. "This seems still to be a modest reward," said the Raja, "but you shall have it." And Ronnie was presented with a single grain of rice. The next day, Ronnie was presented with 2 grains of rice. And the following day, Ronnie was presented with 4 grains of rice. On the 9th day, Ronnie was presented with 256 grains of rice. She had received in all 511 grains of rice, only enough for a small handful. "This girl is honest, but not very clever," thought the Raja. "She would have gained more rice by keeping what fell into her skirt." On the 12th day, Ronnie received 2,048 grains of rice, about 4 handfuls. On the 13th day, she received 4,096 grains of rice, enough to fill a bowl. On the 16th day, Ronnie was presented with a bag containing 32,768 grains of rice. Altogether, she had enough rice for 2 full bags. "This doubling adds up to more rice than I expected," thought the Raja. "But surely her reward won't amount to much more." On the 20th day, Ronnie was presented with 16 more bags filled with rice. On the 21st day, she received 1,048,576 grains of rice, enough to fill a basket. On the 24th day, Ronnie was presented with 8,388,608 grains of rice, enough to fill 8 baskets, which were carried to her by 8 royal deer. This is really adding up, isn't it? On the 27th day, 32 Brahma bulls were needed to deliver 64 baskets of rice. The Raja was deeply troubled. 1 grain of rice has grown very great indeed, he thought. But I shall fulfill the reward to the end, as a Raja should. Whoa! On the 29th day, Ronnie was presented with the contents of 2 royal storehouses. Oh my goodness, we didn't even... There's that page. That's how much rice Ronnie received that day. Wow. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can see this. On the 30th and final day, 256 elephants crossed the province carrying the contents of the last 4 royal storehouses. 536,870,912 grains of rice. Can you see all those elephants? Ronnie was pretty smart. And then there's mountains of rice. Altogether, Ronnie had received more than 1 billion grains of rice. That's billion. That's a lot of rice. The Raja had no more rice to give. And what will you do with this rice? Said the Raja with a sigh. Now that I have none. I shall give it to all the hungry people, said Ronnie, and I shall leave a basket of rice for you. If you promise from now on to take only as much rice as you need. I promise, said the Raja. And for the rest of his days, the Raja was truly wise and fair, as a Raja should be. Wasn't that a good book? I really enjoyed that. And the final page shows you how this happened. And from day 1, you start with 1 and you end up, because you add to each day, and this is the last day, was 500,000. Wow, 500 million. It's a lot of rice. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd like to work that out on a calculator, I think. Math is not my strong subject, but I think that's pretty amazing. Did you guys like that book? I thought that was pretty cool. So that's it for Story Time with Nonna. I hope you enjoyed our story today and that you'll come back next time because I've got another really good story for you. I love seeing you guys and I hope you'll tune in. Bye for now.